while since you felt like this.
Welcome to your American Airlines flight. On its way to one of our many destinations across the globe. Made possible by our dedicated team members, who all do it for one reason.
That's why your safety is so important to us. So let's go over some in-flight instructions so that we can get you safely on your way.
To buckle your seatbelt, insert the metal end into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. To open, lift the top of the buckle. And remember, seatbelts should be fastened whenever you're seated in case of unexpected turbulence. Now, make sure your seat is upright. All larger electronic devices are put away, carry-ons are placed all the way under the seat in front of you, and your tray table is stowed. Larger carry-on luggage goes in the overhead bin. If you have a handheld device, please switch it to airplane mode now. If you're electronic device falls into your seat, please do not adjust your seat and contact a crew member for assistance. U.S. law prohibits smoking, including e-cigarettes, at any time. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in the lavatories may result in a fine. U.S. law requires all to comply with lighted and posted signs and crew member instructions. Now let's review the safety card in your seat pocket, which explains the safety features of this airplane, including the location and operation of exits and flotation devices. This aircraft is designed with escape path lighting on or near the floor. In the unlikely event of an evacuation, leave all carry-ons behind and follow the lights quickly and safely to the nearest exit. A sign will indicate you have reached your exit. All exits on this airplane are clearly marked. Take a moment to locate the nearest one. Keep in mind, it may be behind you. All door exits have evacuation slides to use in the unlikely event of an emergency. In a water evacuation, the exit door slides in the front and back of the airplane may be detached and used for flotation. You'll find the exact location on your safety card. When directed to exit, jump onto the slide and move away from the airplane. If the cabin loses pressure, oxygen masks will drop automatically. While remaining seated with your seatbelt fastened, pull down on the mask or the red streamer to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and put the elastic band over your head. Then pull the straps to tighten and breathe normally. Remember to always put your own mask on first before helping others. Know that oxygen is flowing, even if the bag doesn't inflate. Life vests are located under, next to, or between your seat. For help locating them, see your safety card. To remove the vest, pull the tab or compartment handle to break the seal. If equipped with an elastic harness, remove the harness before opening the pouch. Remove the vest from the package like this. Put the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist, attach the buckle, and pull tight. Once outside, pull the tab to inflate your vest or blow into the red tube. In the water, a light on your vest will automatically illuminate. If necessary, an infant life vest will be distributed by a crew member. The safety card shows how to use it.
It's our honor to care for you on your journey. If you have any questions, please refer to the safety card or feel free to ask any of the cabin crew as they do their final cabin check. And as always,
Ronald Reagan traffic. November 1015 Foxtrot is on right downwind. Runway 19. Ronald Reagan traffic. November 1015 Foxtrot. Going around. Reagan traffic. November 1015 Foxtrot is on right downwind. Runway 15. Ronald Reagan traffic. November 1015 Foxtrot is on final. Runway 15.
I had a fantastic video planned for you guys, but unfortunately, during a beautiful landing in Philadelphia, my camera turned its back on me. But I have another idea for this video. And that is a Q&A. Adam, shoot the questions.
All right, I put them like in 4 categories. So operational questions, then we get to education, general aviation questions, and then a quick fire round at the end. Okay, first one. On flights with a free pilot cockpit, how do you log your hours? Do you log the whole flight, including the rest time, or only the time you are in the flight deck?
That's a good question. Basically, it is totally blocked. So I don't block my rest time. It's just as I was in a 2-pilot cockpit constellation. So I just block the whole flight.
What did your weekly schedule look like as a short-haul pilot? Like how many sectors per day, how many days off, etc.?
Well, depended from winter to summertime. TUI Airways, TUI Fly was the airline I flew before Discover Airlines, and that was a leisure destination airline. So in summertime I flew quite a lot. I had like 4 days flying, 3 days off, 2 days flying, 3 days off, 5 days flying, something like that. Around 18 flights a month in the summer season, and at winter time it was a lot less, like 6 to 8 flights a month.
Right.
Yeah, but longer flights there, Canary Islands, Egypt, warmer destinations in the winter time.
What headsets do you use on your flights? Do you get them from your company or did you have to buy them yourself? Have you had the chance to test the Bose A30? A30.
A30.
A30, yeah.
A20, aren't they called? Well, whatever. So basically in the Boeing we were able to use our own, but in the Airbus we're not allowed to. But also with TUI gave us the Bose A20 headsets.
Okay.
And with Discover, we right now using the Sennheiser, which is basically used in the entire Lufthansa group. But we're gonna get the A20 soon. That's what we got told in the last podcast from the company.
Okay. As at your company, are first officers allowed to taxi or is it only the captains?
In my company right now, Discover Airlines, we are allowed to taxi, which is brilliant. Love it.
Racing around the airfield.
Yeah.
Is it true that the UV radiation in the cockpit is insanely high during cruise?
Well, we have some of our filters, but going up north, Greenland and stuff like that, at high altitude, the radiation is definitely higher than on...
No, the UV radiation, not the active, the radioactive radiation.
UV radiation is filtered by the cockpit windows.
All right. So no sunscreen, no sunburns in the cockpit.
You could, but I never got a sunburn in the cockpit.
Yeah. Airbus or Boeing, which one is better to start initial career?
Definitely Boeing, in my opinion.
Yeah?
Because you learn flying otherwise with the trim and stuff like that. So you still have to do more than in an Airbus. Because it's not fly-by-wire. Well, it depends which Boeing you fly, but let's talk 737 here.
Yeah, that's true. Has there ever been an emergency or a close call on your flights? If so, what happened?
Nothing really serious, just some weather deviations, but that's about it in my life so far. Let's hope it stays that way. It's enough in the simulator.
What's the next airplane you'd like to fly, and what's the next airplane you'll most probably fly, assuming a normal career progression?
I wish to fly the A350 or the 747.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the more realistic answer would be A350.
Yeah.
Since I guess Discover Airlines will be looking for a newer generation of aircraft in the future as well, and that probably will be a 78 or a A350.
Makes sense. If ATC tells you during departure to climb to a new flight level, say flight level 120, does this imply an unrestricted climb up to flight level 120?
So if we were restricted before, like let's say 2,000 feet per minute at least, and then they just say climb to flight level 280, without the restriction, you can climb unrestricted.
Okay. So to the stars.
Does that make sense? To the stars.
Do you keep track of all your peak flight hours yourself after each rotation, or does your company provide it for you?
My company provides it for me as well, the hours I fly for them. When I fly privately, that's the only time I log peak hours, because then I'm the peak. In the company, I log them as first officer hours. I'll have to do it on my own, because as a pilot, you always have to log them, but the company keeps track of them as well.
How do you know when the boogie landing gear tilt of the A330 is fully down so you can activate the reverse thrust?
Oh, you're gonna feel it. But you're able to activate the reverse thrust as soon as the back touched.
So when you have main wheel
it
spin
doesn't
up?
have to be full down.
All right, all right.
If you activate it too early, then it may be like a bit harder when it comes down,
Yeah,
because it destroys all the lift.
Yeah. Herr Pascal, can you explain the Fliesenleger approach?
That was a good thing. Fliesenleger approach. Basically, you go full throttle up to the threshold. Only works with small airplanes. If you have a really long runway, you basically, not full throttle, but 120, 130 knots with a small propeller aircraft. And at the threshold, you pull out the power. You flare, 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 speed goes back, flaps, flaps, and then all you do flaps up landing.
All right.
That's basically Fliesenleger approach. A lot of fun, but only should only be done at long runways.
Yeah.
So 4 kilometers Frankfurt, pretty good for that with a Piper, for example.
Yeah, got enough of space there.
You could fly with like 4 touch and goes.
Yeah, that's true. Is it unusual to commute in Europe?
No, it's not unusual. We have a lot of commuting pilots in the company living in, I don't know where, Dresden or Cologne or Düsseldorf, and they all commute to Frankfurt or Munich.
Now let's get to the more educational questions. Did you finance pilot school yourself? And if so, how long did it take and how did you do it?
I financed half-half. So I financed half myself with a loan of my private bank, and I got the other half from my family. That worked out good for me.
Yeah, pretty decent way to do it.
But European Flight Academy, I just read something, has an offer right now. If you have 10K up front, which isn't that bad, they're gonna finance the rest for you. They have a new finance scheme.
So do you pay it back then once you get a
job? Yeah.
So you can have a break until you find a job and then you pay. All right, that's not too bad actually.
And they collaborate with Airlines, the whole Lufthansa group.
Yeah, of course. Do you regret any decisions you made on the way to becoming a pilot? What can you recommend to people dreaming about becoming a pilot?
Chase your dreams. If you want to be a pilot, go for it.
Many pilots told me it's super important to have a plan B in case you don't get the job. How important is that plan B really?
I haven't got a plan B. I did study IT, didn't finish it, so there goes my plan B. It is important in my opinion, especially COVID showed that it's really important to have a plan B, because a lot of pilots didn't find a new job. So having a plan B or another profession where you could work in is good. But yeah, no risk, no fun, huh? I haven't got a plan B, if I'm honest. But sometimes I would love to have one to just chill a bit more in life.
Yeah,
not be too dependent on the pilot job, just as being a pilot.
That's true, yeah. For you, what's the best way to get your pilot license? Normal school or army?
Oof.
Could be a financial decision.
Could be a financial decision, definitely, because army pays for your education to become a pilot. But you have, in Germany, you have to work 16 years for them.
Oh, 16?
15 or 16 years.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to apply with the army when I finished school.
Would be interesting what it is with the Air Force in the USA.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I would say I would go, if you have the money, or if you can organize it somehow, go with an airline school.
Yeah.
And if you have absolutely no money or financial support, army is definitely a good option.
Yeah, I think it's a very viable option. If you don't have the money, the army is probably not a bad idea to
And we have a lot of captains coming from the army.
Yeah, and you've got good education there.
Yeah, they're good pilots.
They're very good pilots usually, yeah.
But they're not used to having someone sitting next to them most of the time.
Now we've got one for the German followers out here. I heard that you can only do the DLR test one time, and if you fail it, then it's over. But talked with a Lufthansa or the EFA, and the person said you can do the DLR test multiple times. So what is it?
They switched it. Earlier days, when I wanted to be a pilot or when I did the DLR, you had one shot.
All right.
Now you can do it multiple times with a waiting period in between.
Okay. Any books or websites to prepare for a pilot cadet program?
Cadet program, so basically for the education
Or
itself.
for the test, no, for the cadet program test.
For the tests, okay. For European, I would say aviation exam, Vimana, and DLR has some test software themselves.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When hiring, do airlines care where you did your training? In other words, is it worth it spending the extra money for going to the EFA?
Well, if you go to a flight school, which is cheaper, they often have no collaboration with flight school, with airlines again. If you go to EFA, they offer you jobs from the whole Lufthansa group. So probably you're going to get a job faster if you go with EFA, if no one's hiring or just a bunch of airlines are hiring, because they obviously going to take their own pilots first before going to the open market and taking them. So I would say if you have the financial support, I would go with EFA instead of a private flight school. Yeah.
After flight school and 500 flight hours, can you get a type rating for a larger airliner and apply to an airline that has that aircraft to get started with a frozen ATPL?
In Germany, definitely yes.
Yeah. In the US, probably not.
I think you need a couple more hours than 500.
Was it 1500 or do you
I think it was 1500.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. We're gonna search it up and put it down here, how many hours you need in the US. But in Germany, it is enough. There are a lot of airlines out in Germany which offer that.
What would you say is the best way to prepare for the Lufthansa Group assessment? Does it make sense to maybe buy a book for the interview or something?
Well, I made a video about that one. We're gonna link it. I think it's up here, right? Should be up there. Other than that, the 5P rule, proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Well, just study enough and go check out the video. It's really informative about that topic.
Where did you study aviation in Germany and how was it? I want to study in the European Flight Academy. What do you know about it?
I went to the European Flight Academy. It was when they newly opened up. And it was a fantastic experience. I can really recommend that flight school. Great trainers, great people, just a really great time, I would say. So I would definitely recommend European Flight Academy, although it's, I think right now, the most expensive one.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's get to the more general aviation questions.
Okay. I'm gonna lean back for that one.
Would you like to fly an A350 or an A380 instead of the A330?
Of course I would love to fly the A380. Who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't?
The double decker of the skies.
Yeah.
No, I would love to fly, I guess, the A350.
Yeah.
It's just so futuristic and nice. And
It's so
it
modern.
looks so cool and all the displays and maps on there and stuff like that. It's just great.
It's a nice office to be in.
Yeah, I think so.
Have you ever wanted to join the military or cargo aviation?
I wanted to join the military, just said that I think a couple of questions back when I did my A-levels and was done and looked for pilot jobs.
All right.
But I didn't do it because of the Verpflichtung.
Yeah, so you don't want to be bound to the...
Bound to the army for 15 years.
Would you have liked to do jets or airliners? Bigger
Jets.
planes, jets. Yeah,
Fighter jets.
Yeah.
Isn't that every boy's dream?
Who wouldn't? How realistic do you think is MSF's Microsoft Flight Simulator or X-Plane? How many flight hours do you have?
X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator, they get more realistic from year to year to year, I would say. Definitely if you buy the PMDG planes where every button basically works in an aircraft, or every switch works in an aircraft. So yeah, I would say it gets quite realistic. And what was the second part? How many flight hours I have? Around 2,700, 800, something like that.
Really?
Yeah, block hours.
Not bad.
On jet,
Yeah.
without flight school.
I thought he means probably in flight simulators.
Oh, well, I would say around, not that much, 150, 200.
Yeah, so that's why I was so astonished with thousands.
No, I was talking the real planes. Since I'm flying real planes, I'm not playing Flight Simulator that often.
That's true. If you were flying as a passenger on a Boeing aircraft and there was some kind of an emergency, could you fly a Boeing plane to save the day?
Yes, I would say so.
Yeah, I mean you type rated on the 737, so
Yeah.
should be fine.
Should be. Should we test
Probably.
it? Should we go to a simulator and test it?
It'll be fine. Do you anticipate planes to become fully automated at any point in the future?
At any point in the future?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
But will there be a pilot in the cockpit? That's a bigger question, I think.
Probably one to monitor,
At least one.
at least. I mean, the
think-
A350 is a one-pilot Constellation cockpit.
Is it?
Yeah, they planned it for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but luckily, still 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah, we'll see.
Lucky for me.
Yeah,
And for you future pilots out there.
definitely. Do you ever feel like the airline pilot life is not as great as you thought it would be?
Well, of course, there are up and downs, but I would say...
Aha,
Huh?
the up and downs.
Oh, you dude, that was low. Go.
Very punny.
Yeah, of course, there are up and downs, but I would say generally saying I still love it.
Yeah. Can pilots join the frequent flyer programs and do they get miles even when they're flying?
Nope.
That would be nice.
That'd be so damn nice. I'll be flying first class everywhere.
Have you ever considered going back to the 737?
Flying wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I miss it. A mixture of both would be great,
Yeah.
but career wise, probably not now.
If you are able to fly an aircraft properly in a fully stationary simulator, how well would you be able to fly a real plane?
In a real like cockpit environment simulator,
Yeah,
Probably,
maybe
right.
I guess probably in X-plane or something like that, with a PMDG or something like that.
well, if you know where everything is and you know how to do an auto land, you're probably gonna bring it down, yeah.
Yeah, I mean you could program the auto.
Maybe next to the runway or something, but I think you'll be, if you're really a frequent pilot, sim pilot,
Yeah,
and you take it serious, I would say if I put you in a simulator and we test it out, it would work.
probably. That would be a cool video. Like getting
Yeah.
in a really good like X-plane pilot trained on.
And we just put him in a
That's a-
simulator.
Yeah, put him on an A330.
Would you be
flight.
interested in that kind of a video? Let us know down below in the comments. Maybe we can do it.
Yeah, I think we could work something out. At least with an A320 simulator, we got that
True.
in my house. Two-part question. Plans on switching to short haul in the next couple of years, and when's the next video of Captain Joe coming out?
Definitely, because when I'm becoming a captain, I have to switch to short haul in my company. That's the latest point I'm going to switch to short haul, I guess. But other than that, I do miss short haul. I like taking off, landing and stuff like that. So that was better in short haul. And the next video of Captain Joe, I don't know. Joey, text me.
Answer me.
Answer me. No, we haven't got any specific stuff planned in the future right now, but I guess
No, we're usually just chatting. We
Yeah.
haven't got anything planned, but I think there'll be something coming out probably not this year, maybe next year.
probably not this year, no. He's a busy man.
A very busy man.
Yeah. But shout out to you, mate.
Is Boeing still safe to fly?
Yeah.
Okay, that was short. Where would you like to see
I mean,
yourself?
even if a door falls out, it's still flying.
That's true. I think they have some real safety concerns or quality management concerns that have to be dealt
I think they're
with.
going to figure it out now.
I guess
They
so.
have to, otherwise
or they'll be
it's a big
gone
problem,
in a few
yeah.
years. Okay, next one. Where would you like to see yourself in the next 10 to 15 years?
Probably as a captain flying short haul.
Yeah, probably the most realistic, isn't it?
Yeah, hope so.
Here's a tough question for you. If your partner says to you tomorrow, come back and fly short haul, I miss you so much, would you say yes or no? And if you say no, how big would the diamond you put on her?
I mean, she wouldn't do that,
No.
but I mean, I just can't switch to short haul in a blink of an eye. It just doesn't work like it.
that.
If I would have the possibility to do it, I would definitely do it without even her asking, because I like short haul, like I said. So the diamond would be small, because I would want to do it on my own. No, but no, she earns a big one.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to like the quick questions at the end now.
Okay, shoot.
What's your favorite aircraft?
Ah, damn it. Quick, 747.
Okay, A320 or 737?
737.
What's your advice for young pilots out there?
Don't do it. Do it even if there is doubt.
Yeah. Start early.
Start early.
Saving.
Save money.
Save money. Do you prefer more short haul or long haul flights?
Short haul.
Can you pay for my flight training?
No. Good try, mate.
Would you fly a Boeing 737 MAX?
I would fly it, yes.
Have you ever flown into London Heathrow?
Nope.
What kind of accent is it when you speak English?
I don't know. I'm all over the place.
And probably the most important question. Burritos or tacos?
Neither.
Neither?
No, you know me, mate.
What would you eat?
If I have to eat one of both, I would choose tacos.
Okay.
It's a hard shells, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, tacos then.
Crispy or soft shell?
Crispy.
Crispy, definitely crispy.
Crispy.
Always
It
crispy.
has to be crispy.
And we're done.
Already?
That's all.
Oh, well, I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
We should do it more often. Well, that was fun. Thank you, Adam, for the questions.
No worries. Thank you for the questions.
Thank you guys out there for the questions. We had a great time. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry that the video I tried to film, the camera messed it up, not me.
Yeah.
But we're gonna post it, I guess, as the next video coming out.
Probably.
So after this one.
Yeah.
With that said, hope you have a great day. Peace. Have a good one. See you next one.
Bye.
Bye.
I flew on a rare Fokker 50. These Dutch-built turboprop airliners were designed as a successor to Fokker's popular F-27 Friendship, of which over 500 were built. Those planes were developed in the 1950s as a DC-3 replacement, and were one of the most successful European-built airliners of the time. Developed in the 1980s, the newer F-50 incorporated quite a few design changes, most notably the replacement of the Rolls-Royce Dart turboprops with more efficient ones from Pratt & Whitney Canada. That, combined with other changes like the upturned wingtips, apparently allowed for a 30% reduction in fuel burn compared to the F-27. Ultimately though, just over 200 F-50s were built from 1985 until Fokker's bankruptcy in 1996, which was partly due to the competition in the regional airliner market at the time. These days, F-50s are a less common sight, and while there are at least a couple dozen in active service, they're pretty spread out around the world. Quite a few of those still in passenger service are in Sweden, however, some can also be found in Central America, flying with Air Panama. Air Panama has operated several Fokker types over their history, including F-27s and even F-100s up until a few years ago. Today, they operate 3 Fokker 50s on domestic routes within the country. I visited Panama back in January with my good friend Mark, and had a very enjoyable couple of days there. While we were there though, a quick day trip to fly on the Fokker 50 was an absolute must. Now, there are actually 3 different commercial airports that serve Panama City. To the east, Tocumen International Airport is the largest and busiest one, and is where Copa Airlines' Hub of the Americas is located. On the western side of the Panama Canal is Panama Pacifico Airport, a former US Air Force base that's now mostly served by Copa's low-cost division, Wingo. However, much closer to the city center than either of those is Marcos A. Helebert International Airport, also known as Albrook Airport. This sees a fair bit of use by general aviation, and is also where Air Panama is based, as is its fleet of Fokker 50s. Being a regional airport, the terminal here is fairly modest, but has a nice open check-in area with a couple different lines for Air Panama. Today, we'd be flying to the town of Bocas del Toro, which I'll talk about a little later on, and then right back here for 2 flights on the F-50. We had already checked in online and picked our seats, which was straightforward enough, although it did take a couple tries to actually check in. However, security here wouldn't accept the digital boarding passes that Air Panama sent us, and so we had to wait in line anyway. We eventually got these very nice physical boarding passes and made our way through security to the waiting area. Post-security here, there isn't much except for plenty of seating and also these great close-up views out the windows of one of many F-50s here at the airport. The first ride for today though would be this 34-year-old Fokker 50 parked 1 over, registered as Hotel Papa 1793 Papa Sierra Tango. This one was first delivered to SAS Commuter in September 1989 and was transferred to Air Baltic about 10 years later. He flew with Air Baltic for another 14 years, and then joined Air Panama's fleet in June of 2013. Now, I think this might have been my first time seeing one of these planes in person. I have seen an older Fairchild-built F-27 in a less than flyable state in Saskatoon, but I've never actually gotten to see a newer F-50 for myself. All the more reason to do this. Since Albrook is a regional airport, the offerings post-security are limited to one vending machine, but I was pleasantly surprised at just how cheap things were. Not long after that, though, boarding was called for Bocas del Toro, and we made our way on board the Fokker 50.